Hello and welcome to this video. In this video I will explain you the parallel building system, the O building system and the L building system inside PlanPal. Until now we only used the boundary building system and we created two circulation systems, the no corridor and the corridor circulation system with the unit distribution component. I recommend to watch the previous videos because right now we will modify this algorithm in order to understand how the different building system works. First, let's start with the parallel building system and also let's turn off the preview, all the other components. As you can see, we can use basically the same way as the boundary building system. It will also create as building complexes, but with a big difference. First, the look, it will be always parallel one of the buildable area side, and we can change this side with this side index input. So let's say we want another side to be parallel for our buildings, and as you can see, if I choose one of the nicer one and just simply replace the boundary building system component, at the end we will have similarly a working algorithm with now the corridor circulation system and with the 45 and 75 square meter unit. So it's just a matter of decision at the beginning. But also the parallel building system has some problems sometimes because as maybe already seen, it can generate a little bit awkward geometries. For example, here at this point, this is not sufficient for a building, obviously. But for that, we have a component that can fix these problems, this building complex filter component, which will filter our building complexes. First, it will filter by size. So we have a minimum width, length, and minimum area that we can set. And if one of these stripe is smaller than this minimum area, it will filter out simply. I can show you. Right now, these are very big building complexes, so we need a very big number. Minimum area is, yes, 100 square meters. As you can see, probably this is smaller than 1000 square meters, so it was filtered out. And now we only have 3 building complexes. But we don't want to filter this out, we want to fix this situation. And for that we have this minimum constriction value, which means that if I set by default it's 0 and by default it doesn't work in this component, just filter by area and size. But if we put a number here, for example, let's say 6, then as you can see, this building complex was divided into 2 building complexes, and this part was removed. And the logic is that all of the building complexes that was put here has to be wider than 6 meters at every point of their area. So here this distance, maybe it's a little bit, so it should be around 6 meter. Yeah, 5.8. It's not completely accurate. We have an accuracy number here. I will explain it shortly. But what I try to say is if we set this minimum constriction into 6 or for example 7 or 8, it will remove this awkward situation for the building complexes and might be divided into 2 building complexes instead of 1 with this kinks in it. So after that we can really use the same algorithm as before, and we will have nice buildings at the end. Also, we had this constriction accuracy value. I recommend to use it as default. Right now is 3, but the smaller this number, the more accurate will be this cut. So right now I set the minimum constriction to 8, and if we go here to the Rhino and measure this value, it will be 8.5. So it's not completely accurate, but let's say if the accuracy not 3 but 1, it will be quite slow. Oh, it wasn't even quite so. But the accuracy will improve. So if we measure the distance now, yes, 7.85865. So this is what the construction accuracy does. I think most of the time it's good for 3 and it will be fast, but you can make very accurate measurement as well. And yes, so this is how the parallel building system works. And the rest of the inputs of the parallel building system are very similar to the inputs of the boundary building system component, but for that let's use another side index, which is a little bit nicer. Yes, and you can see we can set the unit depth 0, for example, to 0, just like before, and now we have this open corridor situation. But let's say because the building width is half and the units can have windows into both sides, they can be closer to each other. So let's put, I don't know, 15 meters here. Yes, now this is a very different building as previously.